Yes, been KO'd by KO today. So, what are your thoughts on that, Sean?
Right. I think that it's a situation where the writing is kind of on the wall, so to speak, when you pay a guy, to come in almost at the end of camp, multi-million-dollar deal, for a couple years. I think that the front office was kind of hedging their bet on EJ and saying, look, we know our guy could be, is fragile. He's proven that he's gotten hurt consistently through his rookie year. And, there may be a time where EJ goes down or doesn't play so well that Kyle Orton might have to come in and be able to effectively move the ball. And that's his MO. That's what he's able to do. So hopefully, I think with the move that we made today, the Bills front office and coaching staff is hoping that he can manage the offense, move the ball, get points, and keep us in playoff contention. I think that's the end goal for us this season, without a doubt.
Well, yeah, Kyle Orton, he's a savvy veteran. Make no mistake about that. And I can say this about Kyle Orton: if Kyle was in the game yesterday, some of those throws he will be able to make. He'll be able to make. That pass to Sammy Watkins across the middle when he was wide open.
10 yards
Kyle Orton would have definitely made that throw. You look at EJ, his first 14 games being 6-8 as a starter. He still, mechanically, he has, some minor issues. And, I always said it since week one, he just has slow feet. And that's really affecting his accuracy. You can see where his feet is placed and where his delivery on the ball that is going to sail high, because your toe actually has to point in the actual direction of where you're throwing the ball. Right. And if you look at film, it doesn't go that way. And when he gets his depth, his feet stops. And it's hard to regain accuracy and velocity moving forward, especially when you're trying to climb the pocket or when you're under pressure. So it's going to affect your throw. And a lot of those balls I know EJ wish he could have back. But when you're playing in the National Football League, you got to be dead on. You got to be on your mark, basically, when the game is on the line. So, in retrospect, he got benched because of that. And, it's not a bad thing. Maybe it's something that he needs to sit back and, watch and learn from a veteran's perspective, learn how to, make different reads in the course of a football game. And, more so just not thinking out there and just actually going out there and play. And that's what Kyle Orton is going to bring to the table. He's going to, have his own intuition on where he think the ball should go, even though if a play is set a certain way, just his veteran leadership, his veteran mindset is going to trigger him to do something else to make play.
What's up, Sports World? It's Michelle Visa, and we're back with SportsQube TV. Mookie, what's your thoughts on the defense?
Speaking of the defense, they're the most consistent thing on the Bills right now.
Absolutely.
The defense, you're looking at the run defense. The run defense, first of all, my hat goes off to the Bills defense holding Arian Foster for 6 yards on 8 carries yesterday. That was phenomenal. We're talking about a guy that's easily averaging 100, 125 yards per game. So that lets you know where our run defense is. Our pass defense was a little bit average. My boy Corey, he got beat on the play, keeping his eyes back, staring the quarterback down 30 yards down the field. That's a cardinal rule, Corey. You owe me push-ups for that. All right? You owe me push-ups for that, giving up that touchdown. You know better. But our defense, our run defense is ranked third in the NFL right now. They're only giving up 72 yards a game. Okay. So, I'm cool with that. We got to touch up the pass defense there a little bit more. But the defense actually got stop after stop after stop. When we needed them to get those stops, the offense just couldn't produce any points on the board. So, Sean, what's your take as far as the defense concerned?
I think obviously the defense has been the strength of the team. There's no question about that. Like we mentioned before, we went 7 possessions, 7 drives where we didn't move the ball, where we were punting inside our 20-yard line. Mm-hmm. 2 or 3 of those was we were punting from deep in our own end zone, and you're getting the ball back to the other team inside your 50. And they had a short field to work with, and our defense came up with those stops every single time. What else could you even ask for them? They're doing their job. I think that our defensive line has been just as good as it was last year. Absolutely. Jerry Hughes has been playing really well, continues to be a presence, and we obviously have the Mario and our stellar D tackles in Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius. So our front seven has been as advertised, and my one question heading into the season was going to be the strength of our secondary. And, we touched on that with Corey when we spoke with him about can he be the glue. The one concern I do have that bothers me a little bit is as good as Corey played those first 2 weeks. I've read that this past game he put 8 defensive snaps, and that's something that concerns me a little bit because I feel like he warranted more playing time. Yeah. But as long as the secondary continues to play well enough, we keep getting consistent pressure from our front seven. And Jim Schwartz, I can't say enough about the job he's done, shoring up the run defense that was been our Achilles heel for the last couple years. I think our defense is definitely a top 10 unit in the league without a doubt.
It's Michelle Visa, and you're watching SportsQube TV. Right now, we're taking it to the fans. What's your name, and where are you from?
Eileen Spadinger.
All right, Eileen, what do you think about the quarterback change from E.J. Manuel to Kyle Orton?
Well, I'm just hoping that Kyle Orton will be able to hit his targets very effectively.
All right. Do you think it was too soon to bench E.J.? Think we didn't give him enough chance, or what? Think it was the right time?
I think we should give somebody else a try, and if it doesn't work, then EJ should step it up.
There you go. Well, you heard it from the fans. Thanks, Eileen. What's up, sports fans? It's your girl, Michelle Visa. It's a wrap for today. We're live at Soho, but catch us next week. We'll be discussing the Bills versus Detroit Lions. Big shout out to our sponsors, Mrs. Eye Candy Boutique, Southern Comfort, and Body Blocks. Make sure you tune in next week.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Bentley Wright, and right now you're currently watching SportsQube TV.